G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping straight into Go Battle League, and as you can see currently at 22-17 and aced rank, so let's see if we can push that up a little bit higher. But if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below, and for all those who have recently subscribed, thank you very much. I'm now over 500 subscribers on the channel, which is a very good thing. Might not be that exciting for some, but really good to be over the 500. I guess the next mark is to get the 1,000, but might take us a little while. For now, thanks very much for those who have. If you haven't subscribed, hit the button below. But we'll jump in and we'll get things started. As you can tell from the picture, Rainy Castform is going to make an appearance because we're in the Great League, and we're going to go Great League Remix and be running Diggersby with Mudshot, Fire Punch and Earthquake, Castform, Rainy with Water Gun, Weather Ball, Water Weather Ball and Thunder, and Victory Bell with Razor Leaf, Leaf Blade and Acid Spray. So I'm hoping that teams don't have so grass is going to cause me a little bit of trouble, to be honest, but Diggersby still has a little bit of play because of that Fire Punch, so we'll see what we get. So on the lead we've got Cherrim. So Cherrim isn't actually too bad because it runs a fire type move, so you've got to be hoping that they decide to throw that instead of throwing, Solar Beam is its grass type move, so it takes a lot of energy to throw the Solar Beam, so you've got to be hoping for the bait here, and they do decide to bait, so that's fine. So happy days for me. Unfortunately they're able to get to another one. This is probably going to be, yeah, there's the Solar Beam, but let's jump into our Victory Bell here, and again we will need to use a shield. That will put us on even shields, but it will mean that we get to farm down, so able to farm that down, and it doesn't do too much damage because I'm double resisted being poison and grass type. So next one to come out is the Mantine, so that's pretty interesting there. I'm curious what they have in the back, probably something super weak, so potentially whatever Barboach evolves into. No, it's a Steelix. So that's a really interesting choice, and I'm going to swap straight out into my Rainy Castform there and tank this charge move. So Steelix doesn't have great attack, but as you can see, the crunch actually did more than I was expecting. So able to get to this Weather Ball, and Weather Ball does enough. So it takes an absolute age to get to Weather Ball, so I did overcharge there because I did want to have an energy head start here. I'm not going to shield up whatever the Mantine throws, running Bubble Beam and Ice Beam normally, and both of those are going to be resisted, so able to survive that, get to the Thunder and take game number 1. So far so good, even with the bad lead that is Cherrim. So Cherrim's probably one of the better grass types to be matched up against, if I'm honest, because it takes a lot of energy to get to its charge move, and in that time you can get to a Fire Punch. So next one, and we've got a Victory Bell. So this is really not looking good. So it's not a Shadow, so it should allow me to get to one extra charge move, and I am going to shield this up. And there we go. And we'll see what they want to do. So do they want to double shield this thing? Let's find out. So they do want a double shield, so I'm going to swap out into my own Victory Bell. So obviously mine's going to be a little bit weaker. Unfortunately they get to a charge move. I'm going to let this go, and it is the Leaf Blade, so it's not going to KO. Unfortunately I threw my own just a little bit too late, and they're going to let that go. So let's see what comes out next, and it is the Obstagoon. So Obstagoon is able to charge down, but look at the damage that I was able to do with the Victory Bell there, just absolutely insane. So I'm going to let this one go, save my shield for the, let them burn some energy, and out comes the Raichu. So this is not ideal for me at all, with Volt Switch there, so not looking good. So would have definitely been better to come out with the Castform there against the Oh, and they're able to get to another charge move just before I can charge them down. So had I come out into the Castform, into the Obstagoon, yeah, I would have been in a much, much better situation. Getting the Castform matched up against a Raichu in the back is just brutal. So a bit of a misplay there by me, misreading what their team was. Yeah, so unfortunately, not able to take it. So they swap out from Wigglytuff into the Obstagoon, and I get the Earthquake off. They let it go, and Night Slash comes through. So I shield that up just because I know they're running a the Wigglytuff, and the Wigglytuff is obviously not going to be throwing any charge moves, so I can use the shield there. So for this one, I'm expecting a Night Slash to come through. It does. I shield that up, and then I'm able to charge this down, and this Victory Bell putting in some work, and they say thanks, good game, and off they go. So a Victory Bell basically doing all the work in that game. I mean, I did get an Earthquake off with the Diggersby, but Victory Bell just absolutely shredding. So into this next one, and it's a Shadow Vic. So Shadow Vic, not ideal for me, and we both, so I swap in for my own Shadow Vic, and out comes a Gyarados. I'm going to shield up just because I want to be able to throw energy when and it's a Mandibuzz comes out. That is just brutal. So Mandibuzz comes out. I'm going to throw the debuff. They didn't shield it up, which is really unfortunate for me, and I'm going to let this go. So I'm not going to shield up the Aerial Ace, and then what am I going to do here? So what I need to do here is come out with the Castform, because which is so very strange, my Diggersby has more play against the Victory Bell. So I'm going to throw this, hopefully grab a shield. So I am able to grab a shield and then come in with my Diggersby and just start throwing these Fire Punches. So Fire Punch is obviously going to be doing a lot of damage here. They get to a charge move. I can get to another charge move here, so I'm going to shield this up and look to get there. I am just able to get to that charge move. We'll see how much damage this does, and not quite enough to take it out. And the question is, does it have energy? No, it doesn't have enough energy. Mandibuzz comes back out. I get to the Weather Ball, and let's see. Is it going to take KO or is it not? Mandibuzz is awfully tanky, and it doesn't KO. They get to a Sky Attack. It's tanky, but it's got no attack stat, so it doesn't quite KO me, and 1 HP. Absolute dream. That game is insane. So it had horrible matchups for that entire game, and was able to take the W. So not sure how I managed it. So they had a flyer. I'm assuming they accidentally swapped in Gyarados instead of swapping in Mandibuzz, but who knows. So this one, not a bad lead. Going to come out with the Wigglytuff. And again, going to be careful that they don't try and sack swap on the Earthquake. So going to throw that, and they shield it up. Okay, so fine. So going to get an extra little fast move in there, which is always nice. And we'll see what they want to do. So going to shield up their fast move. I know I can get to this Earthquake, and let's see what they're going to do. So they're going to throw a second shield up, so that's fine by me. And I'm able to get to Earthquake number 3. And obviously shields are down at this point, and it does not quite enough to take it out. So close. So my Diggersby is 8, 14, 14. If I had a, rank 1 Diggersby, then this would be a much nicer game. Would have been able to take switch advantage there. So we jump into the next one, and it's a Castform. So that's fine. And then out comes a Ivysaur, and they leave the game. So that's actually probably really good for me. They didn't know what I had in the back, but yeah, that thing would have absolutely wrecked my Castform, so kind of got a free win there and able to go 4-1 in my first set running Rainy Castform. So good games there. Second game, bit of a loss, but it is what it is. So into this first one, and we've got Cresselia on the lead. So this is a horrible lead because they are 100% going to be running Grass Knot. There it is, and it does just under 50% damage. So I do know that I can survive. Well, I should be able to survive too, because after the first one, it didn't take me down to no health. So going to be able to survive that. And then hoping to get to my next Earthquake before they're able to get to theirs, which I am before they get to the, and I'm going to swap into the Victory Bell, catch this Grass Knot, does absolutely no damage, so soaking that up there, perfect for me, and let's see what comes out. So risky play here, but gonna give it a go. So out comes a Wigglytuff. So looking really, really good for me so far. And they do shield that up, which is fine. And then they're gonna farm all the way down. So for this one, what I'm gonna have to do is come in with my Castform and hope that I'm able to. So no shield that up, and it's a Wishcash as their backline. So yeah, would have really liked to have my Victory Bell against that. So I mean, it is what it is. Let's hopefully we're able to catch Charge Move here. I'm not able to catch a Charge Move, but I am able to get to a Fire Punch. It's not going to be doing very much damage, and they're not going to be shielding it up. That is fine. Out comes my Castform. Throw the Weather Ball. Again, this is what they're going to be using their shield on. They have a Mud Shot. I'm going to let this first one go, see how much damage it does. Oh, it does a lot of damage. Yeah, this is GG's, unfortunately. I can't get to a Weather Ball in time, so I'll just let that one go. And that is a loss there, unfortunately. So for that one, possibly shouldn't have sacked my Victory Bell. Should have just let the Diggersby go down, but I mean, it is what it is. So into this next one, and we're going to go straight Earthquake, no baiting here, and they let it go. So this is absolutely perfect. Going to throw the Fire Punch here, and are they going to shield this one up? No. So completely sacked the Wigglytuff off the lead, which is absolutely fine by me. Out comes a Bomber Snow, which isn't great, and obviously they are going to shield this up. I should get to another Fire Punch here, so let's see what they want to do. So out comes the shield, able to get to the next Fire Punch, and they shield again. Are they going to get too greedy? Yes, they are. Here comes the Fire Punch. Let's see how much damage a Fire Punch does. Boom! That is huge damage from that Fire Punch. Double weak to fire, so never a good time. So they swap into a Nidoqueen. I'm not going to shield this up because it's, yeah, going to be a Poison Fang. There is the Poison Fang. Going to overfarm just a little bit here. And then let's see what they want to do. So able to take that one out. Going to try and get to another move. Unfortunately, not able to. They throw the Energy Ball, so it is enough to take me out. Out comes a very healthy Victory Bell, but it is such a glass cannon. Thankfully got the shield and able to fast move farm it down and take the win. So happy days there, a little bit nicer. So that aggressive swapping game 2 really didn't pay off, but able to come back with a win in game number 3. So this is an amazing lead. So there is nothing that can do to my nothing that can do to Diggersby, and then I'm able to come in and farm the Clefable all the way down. So perfect. So out comes a Muck. So that's an interesting one. I'm going to throw the Leaf Blade here, and they don't shield. They are able to take me out because they're running Poison Sting, I think it is. I'm going to come out with the Castform here because that doesn't want to see the Stunfisk. So let's just start throwing some charge moves and see what they want to do. So they're not shielding up. Out comes the Stunfisk, and I'm just going to go straight Earthquake. So no shield for this, because let's see how much a discharge does. Nothing. That is hilarious. So we'll throw the Earthquake, and they no shield it. At this point, it's GG. So even though they had 2 shields, I would have been able to get to 3 Earthquakes. So there's no point baiting, because if I had it baited with a Fire Punch there, it puts me in a worse position. So just go straight up Earthquakes there, especially when, straight up Earthquakes, and gets the job done. So able to take that game with a very, very positive lead to Jellicent. So this is a water type that isn't too bad. So to have my Diggersby up against, because if they're running Bubble Beam and Shadow Ball, they can't use Shadow Ball, and their hexes, so their fast move does absolutely nothing because of the normal type of Diggersby. So going to look to let all of these Bubble Beams go. As you can see, they don't do too much damage, and it did shield up my first Earthquake, which is the right play, I guess, to shield up the first one, because it's going to do the most damage. So I don't expect them to shield this up now. They should be letting this go and just debuffing the absolute oblivion out of my Diggersby. So this really tells me that they are 100% running Shadow Ball with this, which makes complete sense, but it does mean that I can just keep throwing these Earthquakes. And as you can see, one more Earthquake, and I'm actually going to be able to KO this thing. Bubble Beam shouldn't take me out at this range, and like I said, Hex does absolutely nothing to Diggersby, so they're going to have to throw another charge move to take me out, but I'm able to get to the Earthquake. They don't shield, and I'm able to win switch and also get a shield advantage, so absolutely outstanding. They come out with the Sableye. So question here is, what do I come out with? And I'm going to come out with my Victory Bell, because it is going to put in some work. The Razor Leafs just do so much damage. They swap into their own Diggersby here, and I make a little bit of a misplay, so I'm going to have to shield this up. I should have just swapped straight into my Castform, but I mean, it's fine, it is what it is. I'm going to let this, well, I say going to let this go, I have to let this go. It is going to be an Earthquake, and it is going to do quite a lot of damage, as you can see, but I can tank it with the Castform. So out comes the Sableye, and I'm now can put some pressure on with these Weather Balls. So get their final shield, and able to get to another Weather Ball, absolutely outstanding, and I do have energy charged on the Victory Bell. So let's see what they want to do. So I'm going to throw energy right now, and the question is, who wins CMP? And I'm able to get the CMP tie, because I think they had back-to-back foul plays, and that's enough to say good game and take out the Sableye. So really good game there. A little bit of a misplay by me. Should have either caught on the Castform or swap straight away. So really positive matchup, because it's not going to do any damage, and got to watch for this sack swap, which I fully expect they're going to do. So out comes the Mandibuzz. So this is really bad for me. Mandibuzz, doesn't really have I don't have a counter to this Mandibuzz, and I think what they're going to do here is really go hard for switch advantage, because I have such a good matchup with Diggersby versus the Nidoqueen. So potentially I should have shielded up, but I'm going to charge up to the Thunder and throw the Water Weather Ball, because I'm expecting a shield, and I did get one. So going to throw the next one now, because at this point, no, they're still going to shield up. That's fine. Going to let this go. The foul play comes through. It is enough to take me out. And my question here is, what do they have in the back? So going to come out with my Victory Bell, shield up the Aerial Ace, and through comes the Nidoqueen. So here I'm going to shield this up in case it's it's just the Poison Fang, which is really unfortunate for me, and then waste no time, because I don't want to get debuffed on my Diggersby. Throw the Earthquake, and let's see what they have. Is it going to be? It's a Lapras coming out. So this isn't terrible. The ice shard's going to do a lot of damage, but the surfs are not. I'm able to get to the earthquake, which is really good. They switch into their mandibars, and I'm going to throw my energy straight away because I can farm down on the Lapras, and as long as, so there you go. Because it was a Shadow Lapras, I'm able to farm it down pretty well with the Victory Bell and able to take that game and go 4-1 again. So back-to-back first sets in the new Remix Cup, and able to go 4-1 in both of those. So really, really good there. Get the Sableye the reward. Miss the excellent throw, but I mean, still managed to catch it, so happy days. So this is the first time I've run Castform in any sort of Great League. I did catch a pretty good PvP IV. It's 1:14:15, so pretty good there. So I figured I would give it a run. So I'm sitting at 2300 now, which is really nice. A little bit to go before I can level up, but hopefully we can get there. So hopefully this was useful for someone. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, hit that button down below if you like the content. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see everybody in the next one. Bye for now.